welcome to the microbiology labs at the University of Florida. Whether it is in person or whether it is an online lab due to COVID and the current pandemic, we will make sure that you learn a lot of skills, tools, and that you really enjoy and embrace microbiology. I'm Dr. Monica Oli, and I am the coordinator and designer of all the modules in the curriculum, and I welcome you, and I hope you're having a great time in the microbiology labs. Usually, obviously, we would be in the lab and we would meet each other, talk to each other, but currently we have our labs online, and I promise you, we did make it an experience that you do learn a lot and have a lot of fun learning about microbiology and cell science. The curriculum is designed very similarly online or in person. And the first part of the semester is that you learn skills and tools, just basic microbiology, microscopy, pipetting, making media, all sorts of different skills what you need as somebody working in a microbiology lab or in a profession like that. The second part is geared towards diagnostics. And we use traditional diagnostics, molecular diagnostics, and immunological diagnostics. And that's really important for many other professions, whether you're in public health, medicine, or in other areas. So diagnosing infectious diseases, especially right now during the pandemic, is really important. Throughout the second half, or at the end of the second half of the first half of the semester, you'll have a midterm exam where we test your skills. What have you learned? And what actually can you perform? What calculations can you do? What critical thinking can you do? And so on. And during that exam, you'll have a cheat sheet. It's not about learning, but it's really about understanding the process. After this, the midterm is over, the class changes significantly. It's really about global topics, global issues, global microbiology, and it's a lot different atmosphere. So it's about your own personal public health project. It's about current topics in microbiology, whether it's virology, parasitology, mycology, and we also delve into food microbiology and really not talking necessarily about food pathogens, but about fermented foods and about the gut-brain axis and really cool stuff like that. So the really current topics, and most of our students really enjoy the connection between their own lives and microbiology, what they learn in class. We do have ongoing projects, whether it's a public health projects, which you choose your topic, microbes in the news, research projects, and things that are just current in microbiology. I put a lot of emphasis on teaching you a lot of resources and tools. So again, it's not about memorization, but it's about using the right tools and resources to be an informed consumer, informed citizen, and an informed microbiologist. Lots of things we hope that you learn at the end of the day. Lots of technical skills, applied skills. But really my main message is that I hope that you understand how important microbiology and microbes are in your everyday life. It's everything from eating probiotics and fibers to your environment and the soil and other things that are affected by microbiology and the ecosystem. The expectations are pretty large. We put a lot of burden of teaching, of learning on you. We want to make sure that you participate, you embrace it, you're in the classroom, whether it's virtual or in person. We want you online, we want you to have your camera on so we can actually interact with you. Special emphasis on the honor code, which there's another video about, making sure that there's reduced amount of cheating and other inappropriate behaviors. Lab etiquette is important, safety is important, and most importantly, it's really that you enjoy the lab and see how microbiology affects everything in your everyday life. And we start off usually the semester with a couple of different training certificates. We want to make sure that you're safe and you really understand what it is like to be in a microbiology lab. So that's the first two training, and then the third training is really about academic integrity. And we want to make sure that you understand what it is in terms of cheating, plagiarism, other things, what students sometimes are really confused about. So it's really not about, pointing a finger at you like you shouldn't cheat, but it's really about you understand what it takes to maintain academic integrity. We teach you a lot of resources. Again, it's not about memorization of just facts, but it's really about using the right resources for the right answers you're looking for. And we have access to a lot of great tools, which we will walk you through. Student evaluations, there are lots of different ways we evaluate you, so they're not high stakes exams. There's lots of small quizzes, assignments, discussions, participation. There are lots of different ways we assess you, and you have lots of ways to redeem yourself. I usually think that all students should have an A unless they don't do the work they should do, but we'll talk about that later. Another really important part for me as an instructor, and especially dealing with so many students, is that your well-being is really important to me, whether it's physical well-being, mental well-being, and other things. Come and talk to us. If there's anything going on in your life during the semester that doesn't let you perform the best you can, please come and talk to us. We're always here with an open mind. And especially, in microbiology, we can connect the gut-brain axis, so your mental health is affected by microbes and you may not even know about it. But again, if there's anything going on in your life, physically or mentally, please talk to us. We are happy to help and happy to support you throughout your journey. All right, let's prepare for a successful semester. Make sure you read the syllabus, you go through the modules. Come prepared to class. It really helps because there's a lot of moving parts. We go pretty fast the first several weeks, and we want to make sure that you get all the main key points to be ready for the midterm exam, which is a pretty tough exam usually, but it's a real test for you to see what you have learned and whether you can translate into critical thinking and solve real world problems during the exam. Again, want to make sure we introduce yourself, you get to know each other. Make sure you get your Canvas notifications. I usually send a lot of announcements to my students, and so if you don't get the notification, you may miss out on a lot of information. We have, just get a feel for what's going on. It's a little bit different than most of the labs that you have, so it'll be a little, it takes a couple of weeks to get used to, but we usually, it's not as cookie cutter as many other labs are, and so we should have a lot of fun. And again, embrace your microbes and get to know your TAs, your instructors, your graduate teaching assistants, your undergraduate TAs. We are all here to support you through your semester to make sure you have the best experience. And you can see that our TAs, whether they dress up as Ms. Frizzle or they are cheerleaders, that they can do it. All three of them in the top row are graduate students. At the bottom row, you can see some undergraduate TAs, and on the right side, you can see online learning, where we do definitely have a lot of fun and a lot of great experiences as well. All right, so let's get the semester going, and I hope you all have a great time. Don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm always available at molly@ufl.edu. Have a great semester.